Good evening, Master Tanaka. Good evening. Good evening, ladies who are listening. Good evening, friend channel. Good evening to all beings of light from the United Brotherhoods represented here. Once again, it is a great satisfaction to be here together in learning, in harmony, in unconditional love. Once again, bringing messages from the spiritual plane to you from the material plane. One more time, we beings of light would like to better explain what is going on in this unique moment in which humanity experiences many casualties, many collective disembodiments, let's say. It is important that you remain calm and know that all beings who are being disincarnated are going through the transition process in an adequate way, according to their actions on the material plane, according to their energies, their actions performed while on the material plane. Each being is guided in the most adequate way possible within the achievements experienced on the material plane. As at any time, divine justice is always present, is always in force in any circumstance. Therefore, as much as the disincarnations are being carried out collectively and in an intense way, with a very high quantity of disembodiments, the beings who arrive on the spiritual or astral plane are being properly forwarded, exactly as usual, with due care, always in accordance with the divine justice, always in accordance with the law of action and reaction, in accordance with the laws always in force that permeate the material, astral, spiritual worlds, and that have been acting in the same way throughout human history. Obviously, the high number of people at the beginning brought many tribulations. The work has intensified, but the divine justice is always present. It is always considered in all situations for all beings who are disincarnating. Therefore, this is a way for you to know that your loved ones who left the material plane during this period are being properly treated and referred. Obviously, we know that these disincarnations, as already said, many times even by this channeler, our friend channel, there is a segregation taking place, a separation of the chaff and the wheat, as mentioned by Master Jesus Christ, as recorded not only in the Bible, but also in his most recent works. We know that those beings who during several cycles of incarnation and disembodiment have not reached the sufficient degree to remain on this plane will be directed to other orbes. However, this does not mean that the transitional actions between the material and spiritual plane, or between the material and astral plane, depending on the case of each of the being, is changed. No, the logic remains the same. Talking a little about these beings who will inhabit other orbes, this does not mean that these relocations on their own are, let's say, a reason for suffering. On the contrary, they are reasons for an energetic modification, which will allow these people to have different opportunities, quite different opportunities for their growth. Thus, it is a way that God, through His eternal mercy, gives a new opportunity for these beings to inhabit a new orbis with different situations where these beings will have new development opportunities after many attempts on planet Earth without an effective evolution. This, beloved human beings, is part of the life cycle of a planet. What is happening at this time happened many, many years ago, also for the settlement of planet Earth. The population of planet Earth also took place with beings from other orbits who had several and several opportunities to rise in their planets of origin and did not reach the necessary degree. God, with His infinite mercy, proposed a new existence, a new experience on a different plane, on a different planet with different stages of development that provides different opportunities for the evolution of these beings. Many of them knew how to evolve in a different orbis. Finally, for many, the change of planet was greatly beneficial. At last, these beings achieved the necessary evolution and thus became more evolved beings, who perhaps would not have had the same evolution if they had continued in the cycle of incarnation and disincarnation on the same orbis, on the same planet. Therefore, my beloved human beings, you who have lost loved ones, know that these changes must always be seen as new opportunities for the evolution of these beings. It must always be seen in a positive way, when the infinite mercy of God always gives us a chance, a new chance for a different experience, an experience that makes evolution possible. And you who remain in the material plane, knowing these conditions, it is important that you mobilize yourself for your spiritual evolution. Mobilize yourself for the search for higher energies. For many of you, it is important that a new meaning be carried out in your lives in search of this spiritual elevation. You are privileged beings who are here in this unique moment and who are healthy and have all the conditions to seek spiritual elevation. You can increasingly evolve. You can receive this information, and with it, you can really grow in order to absorb and make these words a way to leverage a new meaning in your lives. A sort of rebirth right here on the material plane without the need for disincarnation. A rebirth in life, the opportunity to change your actions, your thoughts, and your feelings, to seek inner peace, to really seek the awakening of your inner being, and thus reap the fruits of the blessings of our beloved God. May these messages awaken in you reflections for changes to occur, because only with these changes will you obtain different results. By experiencing the world as you experience it today, of course, will only give you the same results. Only with changes in behavior, in thinking, In feeling will different results and higher energies come. It seems such an obvious thing, but often the obvious must be really highlighted and spoken of so that differentiated actions can be awakened in you. Therefore, beloved human beings, it is obvious to say that by remaining the same, you will not have different results. It is obvious that to have an elevation, it is necessary to have changes. But sometimes things are so obvious that they go unnoticed. Therefore, from these words, dear human beings, it is necessary for each of you to reflect deeply on what is being done positively and what is being done negatively. After these reflections, it is necessary to plan how to do things differently, how to do things in a divine way, seeking the truth. Pray, meditate, reflect, ask for help from us beings of light, ascended masters, great Master Jesus Christ, adorable and loving Mother Mary, wise Master Saint Germain, loving Master Kuan Yin, powerful protector Archangel Michael, finally from all beings of light. And in this way, gradually you will be intuited, inspired to make your inner changes. We are all here available to help you, but it must come from within your hearts, from your own free will. Well, dear Master Tanaka, friend channel, I am certain that you will ensure that this message, as well as all others, are appropriately forwarded, and we are sure that human beings will awaken to this reflection. We really appreciate your availability. Have a great week, everyone. So be it, so it is. It is done. Thank God.